Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time we're looking into SABA Hospitality,
Mm-hmm.
a company that's really kind of like changing things up in the hotel world,
Yeah.
getting rid of those like paper compendiums.
Yeah, those old.
The tablets, even those are kind of going out of style,
Yeah, they're getting a little outdated.
and bringing in some cool new tech solutions.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to be looking at 3 case studies of Australian hotels today.
All right.
Mariner Shores Resort,
Okay.
Royal on the Park Hotel and Suites,
Mm-hmm.
and Amora Hotel, Jameson, Sydney.
Sounds good.
And honestly, some of the results that these hotels have seen are pretty crazy.
Yeah, they're really impressive. Some big numbers.
Like really big cost savings,
Jem?
boost in revenue, all kinds of things that are really going to make, I think, hotel managers pretty happy.
Yeah, I think so. I think anybody in the hospitality industry is going to perk up their ears when they hear these numbers.
Okay, so before we get into all the details of these case studies,
Mhm.
can we just get a quick overview of what SABA Hospitality actually offers hotels?
Sure. So at its core, SABA is focused on creating what they call contactless guest experiences. And they do that through technology.
Okay.
So think about it when you travel. How often are you reaching for your phone?
Oh my gosh, constantly.
Booking flights,
Yeah.
finding restaurants, ordering takeout. It's all on our phones now.
Yeah.
And SABA taps into that by providing hotels with tools like digital compendiums, mobile ordering systems, and even AI-powered chatbots.
Oh, wow.
Guests can use those to access information, order food book services, and even chat with hotel staff, all from their own devices.
So it's like everything's right there on your phone.
Exactly. It's all about convenience and personalization.
Okay, and like you mentioned digital compendiums.
Yeah.
So that's basically like that information booklet you usually find in the room.
Right. Instead of flipping through pages, you have everything on your phone or tablet.
Yeah, I was just going to say, for anybody who hasn't encountered a digital compendium, it's that booklet that's got like all the hotel information and,
Exactly.
local attractions and whatnot.
Yeah, and now it's all digital, so you can browse it on your own device.
Super convenient. And you mentioned AI chatbots.
Yes.
That seems pretty cutting edge.
It is pretty cutting edge for the hotel world. Those chatbots can handle basic guest requests.
Okay.
Things like providing information about the hotel local area, even offer some personalized recommendations 24/7.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a huge time saver for hotel staff, and guests get that instant support.
Nice. Okay, so let's dive into that first case study.
Okay.
Mariner Shores Resort.
Right.
So picture this, a beautiful family-friendly resort right on the Gold Coast of Australia.
I like it.
Sun, sand, surf.
Sounds nice.
Idyllic, right?
Yeah.
But they were facing some challenges, like a lot of businesses these days, especially in the hospitality industry.
Absolutely. A lot of hotels around the world are struggling with things like labor shortages,
Right.
and Mariner Shores was no exception. They also really wanted to update their guest experience, bring things into the modern age.
Yeah, make it more contemporary.
Exactly. They wanted to find a solution that was convenient for guests, but also efficient for their staff, and that's where SABA came in.
Okay, so what did SABA do for them?
They implemented 2 of SABA's key products, the digital compendium and the mobile ordering system.
Okay.
So guests could access information about the resort, browse menus, book activities, all from their phones.
So everything they need is right there.
Right at their fingertips, so you could order extra towels or book a yoga session without even having to call down to the front desk or find a staff member.
I love that.
Yeah, it's all about streamlining that experience.
So did it actually work? Like, did it make a difference for the resort?
It did. It really did. In fact, there's a quote from Kayla Gradage. She's one of the staff members at Mariner Shores.
Okay.
She said, "Guests praised the seamless and user-friendly nature of the SABA digital compendium, with many highlighting the convenience of accessing information at their fingertips."
I bet.
But it wasn't just about convenience. It was also about the bottom line.
Okay.
The resort saw a boost in revenue because they were using the digital compendium to promote their own services as well as local attractions.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah, so they were actually able to generate more income through the platform.
So win-win for the guests and the resort.
Exactly. Guests get a smoother, more convenient experience, and the resort operates more efficiently and increases revenue.
I like it. All right. Case study number 2.
Okay, let's hear it.
Royal on the Park Hotel and Suites in Brisbane.
All right.
This one's all about cost savings.
I'm listening.
Specifically, the high cost of those in-room tablets that so many hotels invest in.
You know those tablets you often find in hotel rooms? The ones that let you control the lights, order room service, browse the internet?
Mm-hmm.
Seem like a great idea,
Yeah, they sound cool.
in theory. but they can be a real drain on a hotel's budget.
Yeah.
You've got the upfront costs of the tablets themselves, then you've got the ongoing expenses for software updates, repairs, replacements.
Oh, yeah. I bet all those things add up.
And Royal on the Park was spending a fortune on their tablet system.
Wow.
They were desperate for a more cost-effective solution.
So did they just get rid of the tablets completely?
They did. They went with SABA's BYO system, which stands for Bring Your Own Device.
Oh, bring your own device.
So instead of providing guests with tablets, they encourage them to use their own smartphones or tablets
Makes sense.
to access all the hotel services and information. Guests just scan a QR code provided by the hotel, and they're good to go.
Simple.
Super straightforward.
But were guests resistant to this change? Like, were they used to having those tablets?
There was a little bit of hesitation at first, which is understandable. People get used to certain amenities,
Oh, yeah.
and change can be a little unsettling. But the interesting thing is the number of room service orders and other service requests remained consistent after the switch.
Okay.
So even though some guests might have initially preferred those tablets, they adapted to using their own devices.
And what about the cost savings? Was it actually cheaper for the hotel?
The results speak for themselves. They achieved a 90% reduction in annual expenses compared to their old tablet system.
Wow.
90%. That's incredible.
That is huge. So this kind of makes you wonder, do hotels even need those in-room tablets anymore?
It's a question a lot of hotels are starting to ask. If guests are perfectly content using their own devices, why spend all that money?
Exactly. It just seems unnecessary at this point.
And it's not just about saving money, it's also about sustainability. Fewer devices means less electronic waste.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, it really challenges that assumption that in-room tablets are essential.
Okay, so are you ready for case study number 3?
Hit me.
Amora Hotel Jameson, Sydney.
All right,
This one focuses on something that I think is on every hotel manager's mind.
let's hear it.
Boosting revenue.
Okay.
And we're not talking about a small increase here.
Yeah.
We're talking a 35.4% increase in average order value.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's a huge jump.
That's massive.
Definitely something to pay attention to.
So how did they do it?
They implemented SABA's mobile ordering platform, and it completely changed the way guests ordered food and beverages.
Oh, wow.
Instead of calling down to room service or waiting in line at the bar, guests can browse the menu, customize their orders, and place their requests all from their own devices.
So it's basically like any other food delivery app, but just specific to the hotel.
Exactly. It gives guests more control over their experience, and it also makes the ordering process much more efficient for the hotel staff.
I can only imagine like those beautiful photos on the digital menu probably help to entice people to order more.
Yeah, visual appeal is definitely a big part of it.
Yeah.
You know, a picture of a delicious dessert is way more tempting than just reading a description.
Right. And I know I'm more likely to order something if I can see what it looks like.
And SABA's mobile ordering system also uses something called smart upselling features.
Oh, tell me more about that.
So these features use guest data to make personalized suggestions. For example, if you order a burger, the system might suggest adding fries or a drink.
Okay.
It's subtle, but it can have a big impact on the overall order value.
That's really cool.
And beyond the increased revenue, Amora also saw some impressive operational improvements.
Oh, like what?
Well, they were able to reduce the amount of time it took to process each order by 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And thanks to the automation, they needed one fewer staff member per night to manage orders.
So they're saving money on labor costs and increasing revenue.
It's a win-win-win situation.
I love it. And it's interesting what Abhishek Sinha, who's the assistant executive manager at Amora, said. He said that digital engagement platforms became ubiquitous across Australia in the post-pandemic era, with guests demanding new ways to control their own journey.
Right.
So it was necessary for them to reflect this digital demand in their hotel, and it led to higher rates of guest spending and increased guest satisfaction.
Yeah, it really shows how guest expectations are changing and how hotels need to adapt to stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. It's like the whole industry is transforming.
Yeah, technology is becoming an integral part of the guest experience.
So as we kind of move through these case studies,
Yeah.
what would you say are like the key takeaways that we can like learn from these 3 examples?
One of the biggest takeaways for me is that we're moving beyond simply offering free Wi-Fi as a perk.
Right.
Hotels are now creating fully integrated digital experiences that begin even before guests arrive and continue throughout their entire stay.
It's not just a nice thing to have anymore. It's like an expectation.
Absolutely. Guests want convenience, personalization, and seamless access to information and services.
It's just the standard now.
And the exciting thing is these digital experiences don't have to break the bank.
Right.
We've seen how hotels can achieve significant cost savings and revenue increases with the right technology.
Yeah, and it's not about finding one solution that fits every hotel.
Right.
It's about choosing the right tools for each property's unique needs.
Exactly. And SABA's products can be tailored to meet those different needs, whether it's a charming family-run resort like Mariner Shores or a large luxury property like Amora.
So it's really adaptable.
It is very adaptable.
So as you're listening to this, I want you to think about your own experiences with hotels.
Right.
The next time you check into a hotel, take a moment to consider the technology they're using. Are they still holding on to those old paper compendiums and those clunky room service phones?
Yeah, the old ways.
Or are they embracing the digital revolution and offering a more streamlined, personalized, and engaging experience?
Yeah. It's a good question to ask yourself.
And I think that leads us perfectly to the next part of our deep dive,
Okay.
where we're going to be talking about what this all means for the future of travel.
I'm intrigued.
So stick with us. We'll be back in just a moment to delve even deeper into this fascinating topic.
So imagine this. You walk into your hotel room,
Okay.
and everything is already perfectly tailored to you. The temperature is set, just the way you like it. The lights are adjusted. Maybe even your favorite music is playing softly in the background.
That's awesome.
It's like the room knows you before you even step inside.
Yeah, it's like a personalized welcome.
Exactly. And maybe there's a personalized welcome message on the TV screen.
Oh, cool.
Or a curated list of local recommendations based on things you've mentioned you're interested in, maybe through the hotel's app.
It's like having your own personal concierge who knows you inside and out.
That's the idea.
Mm.
And I think this kind of tech-enabled experience
Yeah.
could open up some really cool possibilities for travelers.
Like, what kind of possibilities are we talking about?
Well, imagine being able to connect with other guests at the hotel who share your interests.
Oh, that would be neat.
Maybe the hotel app could have a feature that suggests meetups or group activities based on shared hobbies or travel styles.
Oh, that's cool.
It could turn a solo trip into a much more social experience.
I love that.
Yeah. Or think about how technology could make traveling more accessible for people with disabilities. Personalized controls for lighting temperature. Even window shades could make a huge difference.
Yeah, for sure, in terms of comfort and convenience.
Absolutely. And things like voice-activated controls for the TV or room service
Oh, yeah.
could be a game changer for guests with mobility limitations.
That would be incredible.
It feels like we're really on the cusp of a whole new era in travel.
Yeah, it's exciting to think about.
And it's not just about having all the fancy gadgets.
Right.
It's about using technology to create more meaningful and memorable experiences.
For sure, I totally agree. But all this talk about the amazing potential of technology, what about the challenges?
Right. Of course, there are going to be some challenges and concerns that come with all this innovation.
Like, what are some of the things we should be thinking about?
Well, data privacy is a big one.
Right.
Hotels are collecting a lot of information about their guests, their preferences, spending habits, maybe even their movements within the property.
It's a little Big Brother-ish.
It is. And hotels need to be very careful about how they handle this data responsibly and transparently.
Absolutely. Guests need to feel confident that their privacy is being respected.
Exactly. And then there's always the risk of technology glitches.
Oh.
What happens when the Wi-Fi goes down or the mobile ordering system crashes during the dinner rush?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, those are not good situations.
Not ideal. Hotels need to make sure they have reliable systems in place and backup plans for when things inevitably go wrong.
It's like you got to be prepared for anything.
Right, because technology is supposed to enhance the guest experience, not create more headaches.
Right. And we can't forget about the human element.
Absolutely.
Hospitality is a people-centric industry.
It is at its core.
Technology can streamline things and improve efficiency, but
Yeah.
it can't replace human interaction entirely.
I agree technology should complement the role of hotel staff, not replace them.
Right.
There will always be a need for that personal touch, that genuine human interaction that makes a guest feel truly welcome and cared for.
That's so important.
It's what sets hospitality apart from other industries.
Yeah, so maybe the most successful hotels will be the ones that find that right balance between technology and human interaction.
Yeah.
Using technology to empower their staff to provide even better service.
I think that's the key. Finding that sweet spot where technology and human connection work together.
I love that. So as we're kind of wrapping up this part of our deep dive, I'm just curious, what are you personally most excited about when you think about the future of travel?
What excites me the most is the potential for technology to create more personalized and immersive travel experiences.
Oh.
I think with the right approach, technology can empower travelers to connect with new cultures, explore new destinations in a deeper way,
Yeah,
and really create more meaningful memories.
totally. I'm with you on that. And I'm hopeful that as technology keeps evolving, we'll see even more innovative and creative applications in the hospitality industry.
Me too.
Uh,
I can't wait to see what the future holds.
So on that note, we'll leave you with one final thought to ponder. As hotels become increasingly reliant on technology, how will that impact the role of the traditional hotel concierge?
Hmm. That's a good question.
Will they become obsolete or will they evolve into something even more valuable in this new tech-driven world?
Now, that's a fascinating question,
Y-
and one that we might just have to explore in more depth in a future episode.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
When you think about hotel concierges, you
Yeah.
often picture them as these like
Yeah.
all-knowing figures.
Right.
They can get you anything you need.
Yeah.
Last-minute reservations to the hottest restaurant,
Mm.
tickets to a sold-out show. Like they
Yeah.
always seem to have the inside scoop.
We have all the connections.
Right. But in a world where you can book your own flights,
Yep.
find the best restaurants on your phone,
Right.
order room service with an app,
Yeah.
it kind of makes you wonder
Mm.
what's left for the traditional concierge to do.
It's a good question, but I think even though we can access a lot of information on our own, true hospitality goes beyond just fulfilling requests.
Yeah.
It's about creating personalized experiences,
Mhm.
anticipating a guest's needs, making them feel valued and cared for.
And that kind of human touch, you know?
Mhm.
That genuine care
Yeah.
is something that technology can't really replicate.
I agree no matter how smart AI gets.
Right.
I don't think it'll ever fully replace that human element.
Yeah.
Like those uniquely human skills, reading social cues, empathizing with guests, offering genuine warmth and hospitality.
That's what makes a difference.
Those are the things that create truly memorable experiences.
Exactly. So maybe the role of the concierge isn't disappearing.
Hmm.
It's just evolving.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Like instead of being a walking encyclopedia, maybe they become more like experience curators.
Oh, I like that experience curator.
They help guests navigate all the options,
Yeah.
create those personalized itineraries based on, their interests.
And they can use technology to enhance those experiences even further. Like imagine a concierge who already knows your favorite hiking trails, your preferred art galleries, even your go-to coffee order, all from the information you've shared through the hotel's app.
That's next level.
The true personalization.
That's incredible.
It's that kind of attention to detail that elevates a trip.
Yeah, and it still needs that human touch,
Absolutely.
Someone who understands what makes a guest feel truly seen and appreciated.
Right. Technology alone can't do that.
So technology will keep changing the hospitality industry, but I think human connection is always going to be at the heart of it.
I agree. The future of hospitality isn't about replacing people with machines.
Right.
It's about finding that perfect balance between the two.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up our deep dive into SABA Hospitality and the future of hotels,
Yeah.
we want to leave you with this thought
Okay.
as you plan your next trip.
Mm-hmm.
Look for those hotels and travel experiences that value both tech innovation
Right.
and that genuine human connection, because that combination is what creates those unforgettable travel memories.
Absolutely well said.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
We'll see you next time.